Hey there, and welcome to a DigiGiv demo video. So I'm so glad that you clicked on this video. What I'm going to be showing you guys today is Ministry Designs created a brand new online giving platform called DigiGiv. And what we're going to be doing is actually going through the platform, showing you exactly how the tools work, how it can benefit your ministry, and just how intuitive and powerful this tool is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you come here and take a look at my screen, and then we'll go through this together. So let's take a look. So here we actually land on the dashboard page. Once we log into the DigiGiv system here as a church administrator, this is the information that you're going to see. So really quickly, we can see some awesome metrics, things like total donations year to date, the average donation year to date, the total number of people in our system. And the reason why we actually have this listed as people and not donors is because you actually get a church management solution built into your DigiGiv platform. So not only do you get a free online giving solution, you also get a church management solution as well. So you can manage your congregation and your donors in the same place, all for free. So let's take a look again. In the dashboard here, we have our new donors this month. So that's going to be the new total number of new donors that have signed up with your ministry this month. We also have some things like donation summaries. So this gives us an idea of this week opposed to the previous week and how we've been growing or staying consistent, as well as this month and the previous month. So this gives us just some percentages of growth or consistency in our giving, which is awesome. So we also have recent donations. This is going to be just the 7 most recent donations that have come into your software here. So if you want to get a quick glimpse into what's going on inside the ministry, you can do that. We also have it broken down by date, the individual that gave, the fund, method, and the amount, so forth. So it's very simple to read. We did that on purpose so that it's not very convoluted. It's very straightforward, exactly what you need. So let's go ahead and scroll down. We also have a giving channels pie chart. So this is going to give you an idea of the percentages of where the money is coming into your ministry. So we have things like credit card and ACH. Something that's unique about DigiGiv as well is you will be able to manually add in physical donations as well. So that is physical cash or a physical check, or even a different donation that has been made, like a physical item that has a dollar amount associated with it. So let's say if somebody donates a card to your ministry and that value of that card is $1,000, you can actually record that for that individual inside your DigiGiv dashboard. So we'll show you exactly how to add manual donations as well as digital donations inside your dashboard here. Let's go and scroll down. So here we also have a pie chart of the donations that have come into your ministry. Obviously, this is just a demo. We want to see this pie chart a little bit more consistently, level or growing, obviously. But this just gives you a really good visual representation of the consistency, the reliable generosity inside of your ministry. And you can also break this down by year and things like that. So if you want to take a look at previous years, you have the ability to do that as well. So let's go ahead and scroll back to the top. What I'm going to actually do is go to our people section here. So our people section is going to be a data table of all of the individuals inside your ministry. So not only just the donors, but also just people that you can record in here and keep organized as well. Another thing, again, that's cool about DigiGiv is that you have the ability to create custom categories and tags. So not only do you have an awesome data table of people inside your system, you can actually search those people based on tags that are applied to those people as well. So if we take a look back at the dashboard, we have different search criteria that we can cross-reference. So if we select this here, we have the ability to search people with any of these tags, all of the tags that we have selected, or without any or without all. So we can actually cross-reference these. So let's say, for instance, we want to look up our data table for anybody who is a man who likes the color silver. So what we could do is go to search criteria, people with all of these tags. So we want to see anybody who, let's say, is a part of men's group and is also an adult. We can do that. We can see that Tamara does pop up as, again, this is just a demo, but it does give you the ability to search your database based on the tags that you do have. Okay, and I'll show you exactly how to apply those tags as well. But let's go ahead and just search one of our people here. And let's go actually just search Tamara since she had popped up. So inside of Tamara's dashboard here, her profile page, you can actually see things like year-to-date donations for her as well as her year-to-date average and her lifetime donations as well as her lifetime average. So we get some really good donation insights on Tamara right off the bat. We also have her contact information as well as an image for Tamara. If we want to edit this information at all, we can go to our little pencil icon and actually edit that information on the fly for her. So her first name, last name, address, phone number, things like that. So if we need to adjust this information, we can do that. What's cool as well is that Tamara will have her own profile page that she'll be able to log into and actually update this information for you all. So if Tamara moves and she needs to update, say, her billing address or her street address, you can do that. If we need to update her email, we have the ability to do that as well. She can do that on her end, which will update it for you, which saves your administrative team tons of time with updating and going out and sending out letters and things like that. They can actually do that for you. So as we scroll down, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the donation insights for Tamara. So we can see that it's broken down by fund, as well as all the donations that Tamara has made to the ministry. We can also see that we can record this information manually as well. So if we wanted to put in manual donations to a specific fund, we have the ability to do that, and we can actually record the type of manual donation. So if Tamara gave, say, $100 cash in an envelope and specified that she wanted to go that to the general fund, we have the ability to do that. And then we can also search Tamara's donations by date. So we have some pre-designed date ranges for you, or you can create a custom range based on whatever you would like. So again, you have the ability to search Tamara's information within this, the DigiGiv dashboard. And we can search by fund as well. And if we need to reset that, we have the ability to reset that. Another thing inside the DigiGiv system here is we have the ability to set up recurring or repeating donations. So again, since this is a demo, we can see that we have a ton of different schedules here that have all been canceled. However, what you have the ability to do is set up repeating donations. So the reason why this is so important for your ministry is because your donors will actually be able to then consistently give to the ministry without actually having to do any additional work. So what that does is a couple things. That's going to increase the giving to your ministry as well as the consistency of those donations. So we can rely on those donations moving forward. And what's awesome is that in the dashboard here, we can actually give you guys the ability to pledge donations as well. So if we wanted to be able to say, run a specific campaign, a capital campaign, we want to know how much funds we have to work with in the future. If you want to do some forecasting, you can have people pledge and you can actually see that number in the dashboard. So let's take a look again. So back here, we can see that we have amount plan, the remaining amount donated to the specific fund, and we can actually break it down on how many donations were actually in that pledge. So it's very intuitive, very easy to use. And then we also have the ability to, adjust these as well. So if there's a repeating donation that's running and for whatever reason somebody called in to have us stop, we have the ability to actually pause those as well. We also have payment methods. So we have everything is encrypted inside the DigiGiv system. So as you can see, we can only see the last 4 digits of the card number to verify which card the individual is referring to. But we have the ability to add payment methods on their behalf. So if you have, say, an older congregation or somebody who might need a little bit of help getting this started, you can actually set that payment system up for them to give them that actual, that added help, which is great. So again, let's take a look at our tabs. So this is our tag section. So our tag section is going to be what we have the ability to search our database in for the individual. So again, we can see here for Tamara, she was a part of the men's group for whatever reason, but she also served in volunteer projects for her Habitat for Humanity. She's an adult. Her favorite color is green, and so forth. So we do have the ability to attach whatever tags we want to the individual. We can also set up custom categories as well. So here we have the ability to just create whatever, is going to be beneficial for your ministry. So we don't set up pre-designed categories that you're forced into. You can actually create your own custom ones, which is great. And then you have the list of the tags that you want to put to that person. So in order to attach a tag, let's say Tamara changed her favorite color. So let's say we want to delete out green. We can go back to our tags here and we can say, Tamara's favorite color is now silver, and we can apply that tag to Tamara, which will then update her profile with her favorite color as silver there. So then we can actually search Tamara. So you can see how this might be beneficial for your ministry, because you can very quickly search, who's a part of what ministry and what they're involved in, and start to create very simple reports for your administrative team. Here we also have notes as well. So if we needed to, record any information on the individual, we can do that as well. So this is, again, just for your administrative team, whether it be, a personal note, an allergy, or whatever it may be, you have the ability to record that information for the person here. So again, this is a person's individual profile page on the admin dashboard. We can see just how easy it is to really track that information, look up tags, and so forth. So the next thing I'm going to take a look at is our donations table here. So as you can see, our donations table is going to be just a quick rundown of all of the donations that have come into your ministry. So the donations tab is going to be super helpful for your ministry, because what you guys can actually do here is create reports based on things like status, fund, method of which it was given, time frame in which it was given. We can actually export these reports for your administrative team. So we can create any sort of report that we want. We can cross-reference those. If we want to look at just the specific month, we can do that. But let's take a look back at the dashboard, and I'll show you exactly how that works. So here we have all of the donations laid out. If I want to look at just specific statuses, I have the ability to do that. But let's say we want to take a look at just the giving that was completed within the last month. So let's go to custom range, or we can select last month. But what I want to do is I want to actually select April 1st to April. Let's actually go till today. So April 1st to today, we're going to apply that range, and that will give us our report here from all the donations that have been made inside of our system. From there, what I can do is I can come to our export feature, and I can actually either print that report off. I can export that as an Excel spreadsheet, a CSV spreadsheet, or a PDF. So once you've exported that information, you actually can then take that information and import that directly into what other management software that you want. If you have QuickBooks or whatever you use for financials, you have the ability to actually record that information and process that over just by a simple export import. And we can also help you with that feature as well. If you do have any questions, that Ministry Design Support is always here to walk you through whatever questions that you have. But again, the donations table is super helpful, because again, you guys can create custom reports very easily and share that with whoever that you guys need. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a back look into the system here. So we're going to take a look at the funds section. The funds are going to be the areas at which individuals can give to your ministry. So here we have things like Habitat for Humanity, our general fund. We can see the total amount donated there. We can see if the fund is active. So what's cool again about DigiGiv is that you guys have the ability to actually make funds inactive or active. So if we wanted to have, say, an annual fund that individuals give to, say, over a certain amount of time, but you didn't want to actually delete that fund, you wanted to retain all that information, you can actually come here and we can actually make that fund inactive, which would then hide the fund until we're ready to show it again to our available donors. What's cool too about DigiGiv here is we have the ability to adjust the organization of these funds, so how the donor actually sees the funds. So we can take this and simply drag it and move it to the top, and it'll adjust the organization for the donor as well. So, the most important funds you're going to want there at the top, so they see those first. So let's say our general fund is most important to have at the top. We can also look at this by dates and statuses as well. So if you want to just take a look at, say you have a long list of funds, you can do that, taking a look at all the inactive ones or maybe all the active ones. If you need to edit fund, again, under action, you have the ability to change the name, add a description, and so forth, just to keep those funds organized. So moving on, we're actually going to take a look at our configuration tab. There's a lot of bells and whistles in here that I want to touch base on. So as you can see here, we have our processing fees listed. The reason why we do that is because we want to be completely transparent with your ministry. So right inside your DigiGiv system, you actually can see the processing fees. They're listed right here. We have a 2.5% plus 30 cents for cards, as well as 1% plus 30 cents for all ACH. So again, that is our flat rate pricing. We have no monthly or annual or contracts associated with our DigiGiv system here. So you guys can sign up for free, give it a try. If you don't like it, you can cancel at any time, no worries. Moving down, we also have something that's extremely unique. We have the ability to actually adjust processing fees for your donors. So here we have three options. As an organization, you can agree to just cover all processing fees and never bother your donors with that. You have a second option that actually encourages your donors to cover the processing fees. It gives them an option to increase their donation to cover all processing fees. So if they donate $100, the donation might go up to $101 plus 30 cents. So they would be donating $101.30, and you guys would be able to receive that donation, basically processing rates free, which is awesome. And then you have a third option, which actually would force the donor to cover the processing rates. You do have three different options here. A lot of people like that second option there, but you can choose whatever is going to be best for your ministry. The other thing I'd like to show you inside the configuration system here is our portal link and design page. So what this does is gives you guys the ability to create a custom giving URL. You can actually upload your own logo, and you can brand your donation page to match your ministry. So let's say we want to change this color here just to maybe to a little bit more of a gray. We do have that there. We do have Project H2O listed as the organization. We can copy that and take a look at the donation page. So it's very simple, very intuitive for your donor. We have the quick donation set up where they can actually come in, give a quick amount, select the fund that they want to give to, put in their first, last name, and actually walk through the process. So here, if we were to put in $100, since we're giving via card, we can see that the rate would increase to $102.80. So if we want to cover those rates, we can do that. And then we can just simply sign up as a new donor, or we can log in as an existing donor. So we'll take a look at that here in a second, but we can log in or actually sign up and then set up recurring donations and so forth. Let's go ahead and go back to the dashboard. So here you also have the ability to create your categories as well as your tags. So if we want to add a brand new category, we can do that. We can also see the tags that are set up with our categories here. So in this column, we have the number of tags that are actually created for the specific category that we have set up. So it gives you really good insight into what's going on inside your tags and category side of things. In the tags section, we can also take a look at the list of all the tags that are set up inside of our system, and we can see the total number of people that are actually tagged with that. So if we want to get a quick insight into the number of people that have their favorite color, let's say is green, we can see 3 people inside of our church like the color green. So you can see how this can become very powerful for your ministry. You can see exactly how many people are involved in what, and you can cross-reference those again inside of our people's section here based on the tags that you have signed up. Very easy to use, very powerful, very intuitive, and we're so excited about this tool here. So the other thing that I want to show you is our organization tab. You also have the ability to set up new users as well. So if you want to give the ability for say the church admin or the church financial to take a look at the DigiGiv system, you can actually create a user for them as well, which is super handy. So as the church admin, you can actually manage that and give people specific access, which is awesome. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and actually take a look at what the donor will see now, as well as the donor profile. So let's take a look at my screen again. We're going to take a look at that. Okay, so now what we're taking a look at is actually what the donor will see when they're logged into your DigiGiv system. So here, what we're taking a look at is exactly how to set up a one-time donation, or what we're going to encourage them to do is set up a repeating donation, again, to create that consistency in the giving inside your ministry. So let's take a look. So here on the donation page, as a logged in donor, I have the ability to create donations. Let's say we want to just donate $50 to the general fund. A cool feature about DigiGiv here too is that you can actually add donations. So let's say we want to give a different amount to a different fund and then another amount to another specific fund. So now we have 3 different donations going to 3 different funds all in one donation. So this creates, again, an increased opportunity to give to multiple funds, an easier route to do that. And then we also have the processing fees located down here if we wanted to do that. Now, if we wanted to donate to just say like one specific fund and we wanted to do that in a repeating fashion, we can select our repeating donation. So let's say we wanted to give $200 to the general fund, and we wanted to do that at a weekly basis. We also have other frequencies available, and we wanted to just say give in perpetuity. We can have the start date selected and not select an end date. That will just continue to do that until I decide as a donor that I no longer want to do that. If we wanted to pledge a certain amount, we have the ability to actually select an end date as well. So we can say I want to give all the way up until, let's say, August 5th. let's say August 12th, since that's the 12th to the 12th. That's a 3-month repeating donations set up at a weekly basis. I can then agree to increase my donations if I'd like. And we also have a Google reCAPTCHA option here to make sure that all of the giving is secure. And then we can select our payment method as well. So again, it's super easy for the donor to actually set up a repeating donation with your ministry. Another thing that's very awesome is they can log into their account page. So this is what the donor will actually see as an individual giving to your ministry. They can see all of their donations listed here on the right. They can adjust their account information again, like we had said earlier. So if they wanted to, say, put in their own information or update their phone number or maybe their email or their address, they have the ability to do that. They can see their donation history as well, so they no longer have to, contact you for specific information. They can go in, see exactly how much they've given to your ministry and so forth. Another thing that's very cool about this system is that we have the ability to actually create annual statements. So let's say we go back to 2020 and we wanted to show an annual statement for Tamara. She can actually create that statement herself by simply selecting the date, the year, and then how that looks is just like this. It actually creates a PDF document for them to download and print off for their tax purposes or whatever it is that they need to use it for. It has a rundown of all of the donations that they've made to your ministry with the date and timestamps, as well as the specific funds that they've given to. It also has a disclosure statement on here that you have the ability to put on there, as well as a custom thank you message if you'd like to put that there as well. So again, your donor actually has the ability to create their own annual report, which is something that's super cool about the DigiGiv system. It's going to save you guys so much time from sending out mailing everybody individual statements. You can actually just create a simple instructional video, or we can actually provide you with that as well on how they can access that information, play it on a Sunday morning, and they can actually just get all that information whenever they'd like. Again, back to the system here, we can take a look at repeating donations. So they have, the ability to set up repeating donations as well as edit those. And then we also have payment methods as well. So if we want to add a payment method, we have the ability to add a payment method or adjust an existing one. And then again, we can select the donate button, which will take us right back to the donation page. So that's just some of the basics of what the DigiGiv system is capable of doing. And I can't explain to you, how much time we've put into this to make sure that it is simple, intuitive, and powerful for your ministry. We are so excited for the opportunity for you guys to give this a try. Feel free to reach out to us if you do have any questions. We'd be more than happy to walk you through any questions that you do have. If you have more, want to have more insight into the system, we can do that for you. You can feel free to reach out to us over the website at ministrydesigns.com. You can chat us there, or you can just send us an email. If you want to send us an email directly to support@ministrydesigns.org, that'll create a ticket here with us, and we'll be able to get back to you as quickly as we possibly can with any questions that you have, or just give us a call. We'd be happy to talk with you on the phone. So again, if you do have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you so much for taking the time to take a look at DigiGiv with us. We are so excited to get you started. Thank you so much.